Howdy, y'all. Well, it looks like old Luther got a package in the mail. Let's say we go find that rascal and open her up and do a week in review, yes? Hey? Hey? Hey everybody, I'm sure most of you are waiting to see me on Friday, but week's been very, very busy. Why does it smell like Aqua Velva and Iron City beer in here? I don't know, anyway. The videos before this, you saw the concerts, and they were great. I went to go see John Fogerty with ZZ Top last Saturday, and then this week, Wednesday, I missed the chat because I was at Rochester's Jazz Fest. I saw Alison Krauss at the Eastman Theater. It was fantastic. Normally the Philharmonic plays there, so to have a folk bluegrass band on the stage was just awesome. You know, I really had a great time. I think I'm going to do weekend reviews on Sundays now. I think I'll have more time with the house stuff going on. I was ripping wallpaper and cutting bushes and stuff yesterday. I didn't get home till about 9:30 last night, and same thing Friday night. I closed Friday at noon. It was great. Had a little bit of a hiccup, but other than that, everything went pretty good. So I'm just trying to get that house ready, so when we move out of this house, I can kind of move into that one, hopefully without too much of overlap of having to, work in the house while we're living in it. So, but that, that's where I go from there. But it was a lot of fun this week, though. I got a chance to really start thinking about what I want to do with my collecting, because while you're working, you always have time to think about stuff. But and then while I was gone, every day I would come home, there would be something that had come in the mail. So I think I talked about or alluded to it last time that I did a lot of buying because of those coupons that eBay gives you, and it definitely pushes me into doing it. So the first one I got is one that I call for my oddity collection. I collect covers that I think are either funny or, for some reason provocative, or just plain out, how did this ever get printed? But the first one I got is Lois Lane, number 106. I'm Black Curious. So just a great cover. I actually read the story. It's even funnier. Written by people that I think were trying to relate to the times. I don't know how well they did it. I just love this cover. I think it's hysterical, but it's one of my favorites. So I finally got it, and a nice addition. Next thing I got was just it's more of an impulse buy, and it's not really worth much to most people, but to me it means a lot. It's something I meant to do and I didn't do, and I still regret it, but this helps a little bit with that regret. I got Astonishing Tales number 26, CG Seed, and it's a 9.2, so that's great. But the important part for me is it was signed by Rich Buckler, and my intention was always to take my original copy, and I think I've talked about this issue in particular. This is why I picked up the name Luther Manning, because that's who Deathlock was. He was a colonel in the army, got blown up, and then they remade him like this. Basically, RoboCop stole the story 2 decades later, but he was the real first cyborg. But I always intended to take my beat-up, raggedy copy and get it signed by Rich Buckler, because he's one of the ones that helped create him, and let him know that that's one of the reasons I got into comic books, was because of this comic that I got. Obviously, after I got this, I went and tried to find all the rest, and I have several. I think I have like 6 copies of this particular book now, but I just was so happy to get this, and it was an impulse buy, and I used. I basically out of pocket. It was free to me. I didn't. I had a combination of the coupons and eBay bucks that I had saved up. I got this for nothing, but I love this book. So now I didn't quite get to meet him and have it signed, but still, I got his signature, and I have this now. I'll have that always, and I'm going to keep it next to the other one. Then I got a couple awesome treasuries. I got number 14, 1977, Spider-Man. It's all reprints, but they're awesome to read. I love the large format, and this one has Spider-Man 101 storyline in it and 102. That's just a great storyline. There's other good ones in there. And then I got number 3, The Mighty Thor. So I'm closing in. I only need 5 now. I need 15, 19, 25, 26, and 27. So I'm 5 away from the original 28, and then I have a bunch of the holiday ones and some of the other ones too, but those are great to pick up. So, and I'm getting them in the similar condition to what mine are. So they're not pristine. I do read them often. I love reading those things. You know, it kind of takes you back. You know, I talk about Paper Time Machines, and those are all, every single issue of those are a jump point for me. I get them and I turn that cover and I'm instantly transported back. So I love getting those, and I seem to read them more around Christmas, and I think that's because that's when I used to get them a lot. And the last book I got is another one of my oddity covers, and to me, it's not a grail, but I guess you would call it a grail for me in my oddity covers. This is the crown jewel of my oddity covers. I've been waiting to get this, and again, I used eBay bucks that I get from one of my credit cards I use for work, and instead of getting Amazon or whatever, I've been doing eBay. So my net cost to me was nearly nothing on this book, but I chased it and I've seen it a lot, and this one came up, and it was from the Great White North up in Canada. The guy actually, for postage, stuck it looks like 10,000 stamps on here. 40, whatever their things are called. I forget what they call they're 40 cents these days. They got a name for it. I'm sure someone will tell me what it is. But it's just pretty funny. That's what he did. And he just loaded with packing peanuts. So that's why I didn't open it on air. But without any further ado, Rifleman, number 10. The infamous Got Wood or Hold My Log or whatever else people like to subtitle this. But I watch this show every Saturday. It's on my TV. I remember watching it at my grandma's house. I think it's why I love Westerns so much. This one and Gunsmoke and Bonanza were the 3 that I really watched a lot. But this cover to me is just so funny. Is the time period when this came out, 1962. How did this get by? You know, this got by so many people, so many editors, printers, everybody. I think they all just rolled with it. Or maybe they really didn't notice it. It was just a more age of innocence perhaps. But to me, it's a great book, and I think for my collection, this is something I've always wanted. It's a great addition, so it'll get a little bit of time on the rack back there. Right now I'm highlighting the trilogy story of Galactus and Silver Surfer. I recently picked up all 3 of those books independently of each other, so they're together back there. But this week's sermon, and it's kind of fitting because I guess it's on a Sunday, and I saw Dr. Von Chilla had his musical hymn this morning, which was kind of cool. Had Mabel Carter on it, and I used to listen to bluegrass every Sunday morning, so that was kind of neat. I ate my oatmeal to that, John, if you're watching this, so thanks for that. I guess that's my pick of the week too, so go watch John's sermon on. It's pretty. It's just him. You don't even see him. You just see his hands in a little music box. The sermon though is strong and weak ties that you have to other people. Strong ties are the ones that you have with like your mother, your father, your siblings, really close friends, maybe real close co-workers, like say that you're a police officer and you have a partner. And those keep you as your steady baseline that you build your life around, and your general feeling of happiness on, and that kind of stays level, other than spikes of holidays like we have 4th of July, so that would spike a little bit. But what I've been looking at and reading about is the weak ties seem to be more important as far as being able to move the happiness meter, because they're inconsistent. So weak ties would be people like on YouTube. Maybe you're friends with someone on YouTube that you've never met in person. You watch each other's videos, you comment back and forth. Maybe you talk on a cell phone, or you FaceTime them or something like that. But that interaction, it seems, can really impact your overall happiness in life. And you know, I looked back after I've looked at that, and I've watched a few videos on this kind of thing, and it does seem for me that it definitely does that. I do have a very close family. Most of my family lives right in the same county as me, so I get to see them on a regular basis, and that's all great. But when you see people on, you know, the internet, or more importantly, if you go out and you interact with people, maybe at the gym, or you go to the mini mart and you know, you talk to the attendant there, even if it's something as simple as saying "Have a nice day" and you hold the door for somebody, it subconsciously, I think it just really elevates your well-being. So it's just something to think about. I think is, you know, who are your strong ties, who are your weak ties, and try to interact with them more. And that's going to lead right into today's homework. If you interact more with your weak ties, what happens is it strengthens your feeling of community, and because you're expanding your group, and eventually weak ties can become strong. But go out today or this week and try to interact with somebody, either on YouTube. If you're somebody that just watches these videos, just type a comment in. That's a point of interaction, and you'll be amazed at how different you feel, and you'll make somebody's day. Because I can tell you, in the beginning, when you make a video and nobody watches it, and you get your first thumbs up, it's great. Or you get someone that comments, and you can tell they watched the video because they make a comment on something that you talked about or showed. It really does kind of make your day, and it's a little thing, but it does help. So you could be the one that makes someone's day. So instead of just silently sitting back, because I'll look at videos, and like my videos will get anywhere 300 to 500 views and maybe 20 comments, and you know, a few thumbs up here and there. So there's that that silent majority that never, you know, maybe they're following the rule. If you don't have anything nice, don't say anything at all. But just comment on something, interact with somebody, you know, at the gym, at your local comic shop, wherever you go. If you go to a picnic, you know, this week, and you see someone that you don't really know, go up and talk to them. You'd be amazed at how different that will expand and you know, make you happy. Don't just sit in a basement looking at a computer, or sit silently, even enjoying your comic books. Try to get out there. Try to interact with people. You know, humans are pack animals, so, or herd animals, I guess is a better term. Try to get out there and interact more, and you'll be amazed at how much better you feel. So easy homework, I think, something you're going to be doing anyway, I hope. So try it. It works. Worked for me. It has for years. But that's it. So sermon and homework are tied together today. Recommendations, I don't have a lot. I really didn't watch any TV this week. I did catch the first 5 episodes of Luke Cage. Nick hasn't done his final review on it, but we've talked offline, he and I and Anthony, and he doesn't seem that he likes it very much. So I have a morbid curiosity I was in hopes that it was so bad that it might be good, that maybe they would try to go the Shaft route from, you know, and try to go that route and not be able to pull it off very well. And then that would be, for me, entertainment in that. But it's not even that. It's just kind of meh. You know, it's really not good or bad. It's just kind of there. It's bad acting, I think. The writing's poor. At times it seems really cheap. And then other times it's not, so it's just wildly inconsistent. And what I noticed is the first 5 episodes all had 5 different directors. So again, I think that's just a huge mistake, and I think that's what hurts DC movies too. Is you get too many hands in the pot, and it just, you know, the soup comes out terrible. So I think that's what this is more than anything. You know, I'm going to finish it probably whenever I have time. A lot of times what I'll do, I'll put it on when I'm sorting through my comics on my iPad, and I'll let it run. And rarely do I look back. I mean, even the fight scenes are stupid. So anyway, I guess that's really not a recommendation. It's a recommendation if it's either paint drying or watching your lawn grow or watch Cage. I guess I'd say watch Cage over that. So, but that's all I got for you. I am hunting more big books. Con season's really winding down. I don't think there are any really big cons until September. So it'll mostly be online. And mostly me packing and getting rid of stuff. I do have 2 shipments of CGC coming in this week. They're both modern tier. One of them has very good potential for being all 9.6s and 9.8s, all 25 of them, I think. So we'll see. That'll be fun. If we do, I'll do a video. I'll try to squeeze one in this week so everyone can see that. But until next time, life, liberty, and the pursuit of comics.